Welcome to English Podcasts. Relax and enjoy your listening practice.
You know, every time I hear the word teleportation, I still picture something straight out of science fiction. A person stepping into a machine and instantly appearing somewhere else. Maybe across the world. Maybe even on another planet. It feels so familiar in movies that we almost forget to ask a simple question. How close are we to that in real life? Well, the honest answer is both fascinating and a little surprising, because actually teleportation already exists, just not in the way most of us imagine. Scientists have been working on something called quantum teleportation, which doesn't move physical objects or people, but instead transfers information between particles. So what happens is that the state of one particle is recreated in another, even if they are far apart, using a principle known as quantum entanglement. It sounds abstract, I know, but it's very real, and it's already been demonstrated over significant distances, even between satellites and ground stations. But here's the important part. This process doesn't transport matter itself. It doesn't move atoms, cells, or anything you can touch. It moves information, extremely precise information about a particle's state. And that's a completely different level of complexity when we start thinking about humans. I mean, the human body contains trillions of cells, each with enormous amounts of data. To teleport a person, you would need to scan and transmit every detail, and then somehow reconstruct it perfectly somewhere else. And that raises questions not just about technology, but about identity, consciousness, and whether the you that appears on the other side is really you at all. So, in a way, the turning point for me was realizing that teleportation isn't just a technical challenge. It's also a philosophical one. Even if we could solve the engineering problems, we'd still have to answer what it means to exist, to continue, to be the same person after such a process. And suddenly the idea feels less like a convenience and more like something deeply complex and maybe even unsettling. At the same time, the progress we've made with quantum teleportation is already shaping the future in quieter ways. It could lead to ultra-secure communication systems where information cannot be intercepted without being detected. It might transform computing, networks, and the way data moves across the world. So while we may never step into a machine and disappear in a flash of light, the underlying science is still changing how our world works. And I guess that's what stays with me. Sometimes the real breakthroughs don't look like the stories we grew up with, but they quietly redefine reality in ways we didn't expect. And maybe that's even more powerful, or